Hi there, my name is Toby and this is part 6 of my free course in energy healing, and this is really intuitive energy healing, but all healing is intuitive. It has to be intuitive because every time it's different, every patient is different, so you've got to be able to feel it and do what is required at the time. And today I want to talk about two things. I want to talk about catharsis, and this is something that can happen during the healing process. And also going to talk a little bit about the business side of this. How can you set this up to make yourself a living? Now, catharsis first of all. Now, this is interesting because sometimes when you stimulate a healing or trigger a healing process, it stirs up something from the past. Old energy, old stuck energy comes to the surface and it's sort of relived. So the patient goes through a so-called bad experience. You know, they might start crying, or they might remember some anger or some guilt. And this all comes to the surface, and you think, oh, what's happened here? But it is nothing to worry about. It's perfectly natural. Now, it's unlikely. In most energy healings, it's very rare because we're doing quite delicate work. It's not an intrusive healing that we're doing. So it's unlikely that you're going to trigger a serious catharsis episode, but it can happen and it's worth knowing about it. Now, the easiest way to explain this is in your own body. Now, I found this in my own training because when I train with the exercises that I do, I use the body to try and activate the blood flow and the lymphatic system. So if I'm stretching my joints under tension and moving them and doing different exercises that do this, what happens is it creates a blood flow and it creates a movement in the lymphatic system. And so the first few exercises that I do, you notice after that you feel a bit, it's difficult. And there's a resistance to going any further. You think, oh, I'm too tired. Oh, this is hard work. So we all might have this. The first few exercises we do, they're a struggle. But once you get through them and you get going, it's a pleasure, and now you've got new blood. Because what's happening is, in those first few exercises, you've got the lymphatic system moving, you've got the blood gut moving, but you see the blood is stuck. You get dead blood cells in different places. The lymphatic system is sort of clogged up. There's toxins built up. So the first few exercises, when you get that moving, the toxins are coming out, the dead blood cells are coming out, and that's going around your body. That's getting up to your brain. So you're getting that rush of toxins into your brain. And so the first thing is, oh goodness, what's happening? But once you get through that, the third, the fourth, the fifth exercise, once the blood gets moving, the lymphatic system gets moving, now it's new blood, it's fresh energy, and the lymphatic system is cleared. Now it's a pleasure. Now you actually gain energy from it. So that is a catharsis. When you start the process off, it dislodges the old energy, the stuck energy, the toxins that are there, and when they go through your system, you feel it. And that's what you would call a catharsis effect. Now, usually you might have this in more deeper things, if you've gone into a deep meditation and you spent more time on it. So you might have this yourself as well in your own practice. You know, this is a shamanic thing as well. The shamans will do this. There's a thing in the shamanic training which is called a recapitulation, where you go into deep meditation, you go backwards through your life, trying to remember it all, back. And as you go back through everything that's happened in your life, you remember things that you've forgotten, and you unravel these trauma or these stuck emotional things. And these are places in space and time where your soul has got trapped. It's like if something terrible happened to you in childhood, deep down it's in there going round and round, and your soul is still stuck there, or part of your soul is still stuck reliving that experience. So when you face up to it, you bring it back. You're trying to bring back the soul, resolve that emotion, and when that happens, you go through it, you're reliving it, it's come to the surface again, and that's when you go through this catharsis. So it's nothing to worry about, it's a natural thing, and it's just important to be aware of it. And remember, the simple process of the healing is this: you're drawing in new energy. So you're connecting, you yourself connect to the cosmos, the energy from the universe, you connect to the earth. The earth is material, the material realm, like these crystals. This is the earth. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's power here as well. It's the same thing, the same energy. But you're connecting here to the earth, you connect to this cosmos, the metaphysical energy. Once you feel this connection, the center line, then you help the patient to do the same thing. You connect them to the energy. And then you're also channeling energy. You're allowing energy to pass through you into the patient. And you're bringing new energy, so you're flushing them with new energy. And the new energy passes through and the old energy comes out. Old energy goes down to the ground. New energy comes from the universe down, flushes through down to the ground. So when you're doing the healing, you might feel it. You might feel, oh, there's a lot of, dark energy, or I can feel there's some stuck energy here. What do? Just draw it out down to the ground, down to the ground, down to the ground. You see, let me try doing it for you now. If you just sit here with me, relax for a second. Now, imagine you and I here, we're here together doing some healing. So I'm going to just project to you. It's going through the camera. It doesn't matter that it's going through the camera. This is information, metaphysics. It's outside space and time. You just have to tune in through what you see and what you hear. So you can see I'm just projecting on my hand. But what you're doing now, what we're going to do together is allow yourself to relax. Think inside yourself any stuck energy you want to release. So you allow the stuck energy. What I'm going to do now is we're collecting the stuck energy, then I'm going to pull it out and drop it down to the ground. So you allow it, you work with me here. Allow the stuck energy for me to pull it out, and I push it down to the ground. So you're just letting yourself let go. You let go any stuck energy, old trauma, old pain. I'm pulling it out, and then I'm pushing it down into the ground, releasing it deep, deep into the earth. See, the earth can handle it. The earth can handle it. And you yourself can feel it. Also, you do it yourself. Inhale, exhale, hands go down. Just like through your body, you're draining the body, all stuck energy, darkness goes down to the earth. A new, fresh, bright light comes in, and the darkness, the shadow goes down into the ground. Release. The word is release. So you inhale, deep breath. Exhale, say the word with me. Release. And you just let go. Inhale. Say the word with me. Release. And you let go. And last one for luck. Inhale, deep breath. New energy comes in. And release. Allow the energy to go down through you, deep into the earth, taking away any of the blocked energy, any of the stuck energy. So now you're clear, energy can flow again. So that's what we're doing, and that's what you're trying to do for the patient. And if you feel it, that's all the catharsis is. It's just this old energy coming out. And this is what brings us to business. How can we make this into a business? And this naturally brings to business, because what is the ethics? How do we charge for doing this work? The energy is free. It's available to us all. We can all do it. So how do we charge? Well, we are providing a service. You see, that catharsis, I'm helping something actually happen. There is work to be done. And me as the healer, I'm doing that little bit of work. I've got to put some effort in. I've still got to use my intention, use my hand, do the process. So there is some work that I'm doing, and it's okay that you're paid for that, but you've got to be very delicate, very gentle with this, because, as I said in the first talk, the money system we're living in is very corrupt. The fiat currency is not fair. It's set up in such a way that it is only supporting the banks. We all work for the banks. They own that money. We don't even own that money. It's an IOU to the bank. It says it. So it's the bank's money. They own it. We're only licensed to use it. But we actually are always in debt to the banks forevermore. So that this money game that we're playing now is fake. Fiat currency is fake. That's what it means. So how do we do this? Because we're trying to do some real work for living men and women, to help other living men and women. So I suggest this is the way, the business model that I use, and I suggest you use for this type of work. Well, first of all, you just do it all for free, voluntary, because you've got to get practice. So don't charge. The moment you charge for this, this is the other thing that happens. When you charge money for it, people have an expectation. They want I expect something now. And if you're going to charge a lot of money, like £1,000, I better expect some results. And you can't expect anything from this healing, because it's not an interventionist healing. It's a very subtle energy healing. It's different. It's assisting you with your own healing. So you have to be proactive as the patient. If you think, well, I'm going to pay £1,000 and it's going to happen to me, in fact, it's counterproductive. You want a patient that is willing to help. Yeah, I'm on the path to healing. I really want to heal myself. I'm looking for help to heal myself. Now that's a good patient. You can work with them and it will have a more dramatic effect because they're proactive. They're willing to go with it. So you do it for free, because now you're going to only attract people. You'll attract them naturally. It's going to be people you know. Everyone needs some healing, so there's plenty of people you know you can do healing with them for free. And after you've done maybe 50 hours, or a certain amount of time, you'll feel it. Once you feel you've got more confident, you understand, and now you've got to travel. Maybe you've got time to travel. Well, now of course it costs you money. So then the next level is donation only. You accept donation. So you let them pay what they can afford and how they feel, and let it come from gratitude. You do the best job you can do as a healer. You've got to have the pure altruistic intention. It's all good whether I get paid or not. I'm still getting paid by the energy. Don't forget. Don't get trapped up in yourself. There is some work to be done, but I must collect energy myself. The end result is I should get more energy myself anyway. So I'm always going to be getting paid. It's paid in a spiritual way, an energy way. But the money helps you support the body, the physical world. So the next level is donation based. And then, and you can just carry on like that. I know healers that would just, that's all they do, donation based. And I suspect, I'm not doing so much of it now. What I'm doing is more this channel. So I'm trying to reach a bigger audience. To me, that's more efficient. It's more efficient work to help other people learn how to do healing than it is for me to just do one-on-one healing. Let me try and get it more going out. But I'm not charging for this. I'm giving this for free. Now, time may come where I might accept donations, because it would be nice to make a living from this so that I can dedicate my life to this more. But there's the second one, accepting donations. And once you've done that for a while, again, you gain more confidence, you've got your methods going, and you've got a good balance to that, then you might charge. You might have a fixed fee, or a small fee, or a flexible fee, because you've got to work out your travelling time, your time, you need some money to live. But again, I suggest you always be flexible. There may be patients that can't afford it, but really deserve it. And you have to use your intuition to give them a chance. And likewise, there may be patients that can afford it, but don't deserve it. They don't deserve it. And you've got to watch out for this as well, because when you start, like I said, when you charge money, they expect from you. And when they got that expectation from you, you're charging me £1,000, which better be good. I expect to be cured by next week. No, you're not going to be cured by next week. I can't guarantee that. Why are you charging me £1,000 then? Yeah, I waived the fee. I'll accept donation. You pay me what you feel afterwards. How's that sound? But then again, you see they're resistant to it. And if they're resistant to it, you've got to be careful. Don't need to waste your time. Don't need to prove anything to anyone. Very important. And you'll get clients as well that want a diagnosis. I've had clients like that. They just keep coming back to me. What is it? What have I got? What's the problem? And I keep trying to say, look, I can only tell you so much about energy. It's not about diagnosis. You have to do this work. If you do this work, it's going to fix everything. It's going to fix this very thing you're asking me about. But he can't get it out of their head. And so he just always wants the diagnosis. So you can only get so far. You can only get so far because he's got to do some work himself. He had to now do some deep meditation and find the diagnosis himself. And I could only tell him so many times. So again, you need to understand that. Look after yourself. You see, this work is giving, it's altruism, but you need wisdom because you can get taken advantage of. The caring industry, you see, the caring industry gets taken advantage of. It always happens. There's a saying, the selfish people live longer. And it's true, selfish people live longer because they're not spending their energy on anyone else. They're taking everyone else's energy for themselves. They're living the easy life. Everyone else does the work for them. The caring person is helping everyone. And the trouble is, people get dependent on that help. And you don't want to encourage that as a healer. You want to encourage independence in your clients. The sooner you can stop seeing them, the better. You don't want regular clients. No, I don't want my regular client once a week. No. No, don't think like that. You want to move them on. There's millions of people that need healing. You want the next one. Once they know what they should do, once you've given them a basic healing, they've got to practice themselves. Now, you can have someone coming back in the back, but don't set up a regular thing. I suggest don't do that. Keep it fresh. Keep it fresh. And then again, once you've got a business going, you can find your own method, find your own name. But I suggest ever so simple. You don't need to brand yourself, don't need to do anything fancy. You just put your name to it. And you just say intuitive healer. Intuitive healer. That's all you've got to say. Your name, you have your business card, Toby Jacobs, intuitive healer. You might put something else. I use crystals, I use this, that, the other. But that will cover you. You don't need qualifications for this. There's no governing body for intuitive healers. Well, it might be. I haven't looked into it. But that's very clear. Everyone understands it. When you look at that card, okay, I'm an intuitive healer. I'm not pretending to be anything else. I'm not a doctor. I'm not coming at you with knowledge. I'm coming at you with intuition, feeling. Totally different. And that will give you a chance to set yourself up as a business. And if you love it and you're good at it, and you can do well. See, not only is this course a method of benefiting your energy, helping people, it's a method of abundance. You can create yourself a good living doing this. But like I said, watch out, don't charge too high. Don't do that because you're asking for trouble. And you've got to be humble, you've got to be patient, and it's not about money. Not about money. The true shaman lives in the metaphysical world. There's no money in the metaphysical world. And in fact, there's not even money here. It's a human construct. It's a human construct. The wild men are not living with money, way back living with energy. They're just helping each other. It's done on a basis of friendship, family basis. There's no question of money. And that's the approach we've got to have. We're helping other fellow human brothers and sisters. And everyone is in need of help now. We're living in a world where there's a lot of trouble in this world. A lot of lies and deception. A lot of corruption. And a lot of people sick and unhealthy. Mentally, physically, spiritually, metaphysically. So we're just trying to help. And this is the easiest way we can do it. So I hope this made sense, and I hope you enjoyed this little healing course. And I think the next session might be the final session, and I want to go through an actual healing session. So I myself will do a shamanic healing for all of you so you can experience it using sound. I use the crystals, and I'll talk you through what I'm doing so you can experience it and learn the process that I personally am doing, so that you can apply it and think about it to when you do some healing. So that, I think, will be the next one, part 7, the final part in this series. So thank you so much for listening. I really do appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you in any of these other videos here.